Good evening, everyone. I'm back again from the Facebook Live. Tonight we're going to discuss the low-hanging fruit principle, why this is important and how it can help every single one of you make a really drastic change with the least amount of resistance. Okay, so as always, give me 1 minute. I'm going to share this around to our groups and we'll get stuck in. So bear with me. If you're on, guys, say hello. One person's on. I can't see who you are, so say hello. Love to hear from you. If you have any questions about the low-hanging fruit principle, I'd love to answer them. And if you have that question, it's probably likely that someone else has that question. So guys, 1 second. We're going to share this around. Okay, so it is going to our groups. Got to be an easier way than this. Hey Chelsea, how are you? Okay, we're going to our Adamstown group. So guys, we have one more group now. It is, hey Gail, how are you? We have one more group now. It is a public group, just for people that we want to share information with. Not everyone that we know is in Newcastle, so we're happy to help. It's a free group for non-members, so you can invite your friends into there. Okay. We are on the groups, 2 more pages, and I'll get stuck in why this principle is so important. Is you'd be surprised about the ginormous change you can make to your health and fitness, in particularly in regards to fat loss, by following the low-hanging fruit principle. Okay, 1 more and we are done. Hey Tim, how are you, mates? Okay, all right, let's rip into it. Okay. So, the low-hanging fruit refers to easy to accomplish tasks or easy to solve problems in a particular situation. Now, I'm going to add something on the end of that. So I would add to that, easy to accomplish tasks or easy to solve problems in a particular situation with the least amount of resistance. Now, why is this important? If you could make a drastic change to your health and fitness without turning your world upside down with the least amount of resistance, I think a lot more people would do it. And I think a lot of you, a lot of our members, a lot of the public think that to create a big change in our bodies or our health and fitness, we need to do a lot more than we actually need to do. We need to set the world on fire. We need to go to the gym 7 days a week. We need to walk every single day. We need to go to bed on time. We need to hit our protein, our calories. All that stuff's really important and it definitely helps. However, if there was 3 things you could do today, if there was 3 things that every single person could do right now to make a huge change to their health and fitness and get results with the least amount of resistance, would you do it? I'll give you an example. If someone was eating 10 pies a day, that was their diet, 10 whole pies a day. I love pies. I couldn't eat 10 of them. But if you're eating 10 pies a day, if I wrote that person the perfect meal plan and we started off with eggs and egg whites and oats and protein shakes, and I told that person who was eating 10 pies, who isn't currently exercising, all right, you need to do 5 sessions a week, you need to reach 140,000 steps per day. What is the likelihood that that person who's eating 10 pies a day is going to follow through with that plan? What is the likelihood that that person is going to adhere to the strategy I've set out for them? Now, that person eating 10 pies a day is eating 4,000 calories per day. Now, I wouldn't recommend this. However, if I told to that person, hey, listen, mate, how about we start with 7 pies a day? 3 pies less a day, 1,200 calories less per day. That's 8,400 calories per week. That person would start losing body fat. The low-hanging fruit for that person is just to eat less pies. Now, I would never ever write a meal plan like that, and I like my extreme examples to prove to you how simple it is for someone to get a result. The more advanced you get in your fitness journey, for example, for me to make a drastic change to my health and fitness, for me to make a drastic change to my appearance, I would have to turn the world upside down because I already do the basics really, really well on a consistent basis. But the person eating 10 pies a day, eat 3 pies less per day. How this applies to you. If the average person, and I'm going to say that most people are average, the average person drink soft drink. Let's say they drink 2 cans per day. If they change that soft drink to water or Coke Zero or Diet Coke or any kind of sugar-free drink like cordial, for example, if they make that change alone, they will get an immediate result. Immediate. They're drinking 2 cans per day, 320 calories per day, times by 7. That person has already eliminated 2,000 calories out of their diet and they wouldn't even realize it. That is an easy change to make. That is a low-hanging fruit with the least amount of resistance. Let's say that same person, they cook with olive or canola oil and they put oil in the pan twice a day, which is 200 calories. If they change from olive oil or canola oil or whatever oil they're using and they change to a spray instead, they're now saving another 220 calories per day. Times by 7, that's 1,400 calories. So if they're eliminating just soft drink and just oil, they've already eliminated 4,000 calories out of their diet. 4,000 calories. And they're changes that you can make right now that don't make you sacrifice going out with your friends and eating, that don't make you sacrifice alcohol, that don't mean you need to eat chicken and broccoli, chicken and broccoli, chicken and broccoli. These are simple changes that every single person watching this can make today that will get an immediate result on their health and fitness. Now, let's say that person, they've changed soft drink, they've changed from oil to a spray. Now, all of a sudden, the person, this is the average person, remember, the average person, that person, they start going on 3 extra walks per week. Just 3 1-hour walks, gentle, leisurely, do it with a friend, walk your dog, no pace, no intensity, just 3 walks. They're outside, they're moving more, they're increasing their calorie expenditure, they're getting some vitamin D. Those walks might burn 200, maybe 250 calories per hour. It doesn't really matter. The point is, they've eliminated soft drink, they've changed from oil to spray. All of a sudden, they're going on 3 nice walks outside in nature with their friend. Right there is a 5,000 calorie swing. 5,000 calories is enough for a person to lose about 700 grams of weight, hopefully body fat per week. How simple is that? The low-hanging fruit is what you can change right now, tonight, that doesn't affect your life at all. Like, it doesn't affect you doing anything that you'd like to do. It doesn't affect you going to that work function. It doesn't affect you having breakfast with your friends. These are simple things that you can change right now today that you probably wouldn't even realize after a couple of weeks. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jamie, I don't drink soft drink. I use spray already. I go to the gym and I'm already walking. Okay, so my challenge to you is to find other things that you're doing that might not be servicing you, that might not be helping you achieve your goal. I'll give you a few others. Don't put butter on your bread. It's just not worth it. Tastes great. I like it. You like it. But it's just not worth the number of calories. There's another one. Another one could be alcohol. If you drink 10 cans of bourbon and Coke on the weekend, it's 2,500 calories. If you change that to 10 shots of vodka or 10 shots of bourbon, with a Diet Coke or soft drink that is 0 calories, you've just saved yourself 1,700 calories. Another one would be, instead of doing 3 walks, you just do 4 walks. The low-hanging fruit is so important in all of your fitness journeys. When someone comes to us, and no one's ever given me a meal plan saying that they're eating 10 pies a day, but I've seen some horrendous meal plans, some meal plans that you'd be surprised by. Maybe you wouldn't be. Maybe you ate like that before in your past. But it was just like, it was shit for breakfast, it was shit for lunch, it was shit for dinner, and the snacks were Krispy Kremes, Coke, soft drink, caramel slices. And once again, if I gave that person the perfect meal plan, the best meal plan I could ever write, and I told that person who wasn't exercising, all right, you got to come 5 days a week. You can't go out with your friends. You can't drink alcohol. That person is not going to stick to their goal. But if I started them on the low-hanging fruit or just following that principle, and I said, hey, let's change those 2 Krispy Kremes for morning tea for a protein bar. let's change that soft drink to diet soft drink. Instead of deep frying your schnitzels, let's use an air fryer. I cannot stress enough the importance of the low-hanging fruit. And if that person made those changes, they would get really, really good results. And if you see results early, it is so good for your motivation. Because let's just say the person is eating 10 pies a day, right? All of a sudden, they start eating 7 pies a day and they lose a kilo. Week 2, they think, you know what, that worked. I'm going to actually cut back on my soft drink and drink water instead. They're eating 7 pies a day. They eliminate soft drink. They might lose some more weight. That person is feeling amazing. They've lost 2 kilos. They haven't changed their lifestyle that much. Now they choose to join a gym and they're doing 3 sessions a week. They get another result. Now the next person, they start going for a walk. All of a sudden, the person who's eating 10 pies a day is now eating 7 pies, no soft drink, drinking more water, exercising. And that's how you start getting results. You start off small. I absolutely despise, passionately, sweeping declarations. I hear them all the time and it drives me insane. People I'm very close to make sweeping declarations like I'm not eating any junk food until this wedding. I'm not eating fast food for the rest of the year. How about you just take your butter off your bread? How about you switch that soft drink for diet soft drink? And obviously 10 pies is a very, very extreme example, but it is a great example to illustrate that if you are a beginner, if you're looking to get started, if you have a very unhealthy lifestyle, small changes go a long way. So if you make those small changes, if you go from 10 pies to 7 pies, if you swap soft drink for water, if you walk 3 times a week, if you start doing some type of resistance training, that is enough to get a really good result initially. And then we can build from there. This applies to anything, like with the low-hanging fruits. You guys all ask the wrong questions. You're asking, oh, Jamie, I've heard about insulin resistance. Do you think I'm insulin resistant? Should I have a protein shake post-workout? You're asking all these questions that only apply to the top 1000% of athletes, that bodybuilders, that like the world's fittest people. They need that advantage. All you guys need to do is just nail the basics. And a lot of that can start with the low-hanging fruit principles and just removing things from your meal plan that aren't servicing you and exercising more. And with the low-hanging fruit principle, 99.99% of it is common sense. If I asked you right now, if there's one thing in your meal plan, or if there's one thing in your meal plan that you could remove today that wouldn't affect your life, that wouldn't affect you enjoying your food, what is that thing? And the majority you can come up with it. It might be as simple as swapping like Ben & Jerry's ice cream for Halo Top. It might be as simple as going from soft drink to water. It might be as simple as going from ready to drink alcohol and going back to just shots with diet soft drink. It might be that you are active Monday to Thursday, but from Friday to Sunday you do absolutely nothing and you choose, hey, I'm gonna go for a walk on those 3 mornings. Simple things done consistently over a long period of time equal really, really, really good results. So always remember the low-hanging fruit principle and just how important this can be to achieving your results long-term while still enjoying life. That's what the low-hanging fruit principle is all about. Easy to accomplish tasks or easy to solve problems in a particular situation that offer the least amount of resistance. We want to take you on this journey. We want to walk you down this path with the least amount of resistance. If you follow these principles, it goes a long way. As I mentioned before, the more advanced you get, the longer you go on this journey. If you're already nailing the basics, then we can talk about more complex topics. We can talk more about calories and protein intake and supplements. and sleep and carb backloading and keto and intermittent fasting and all those buzzwords that you hear and all those questions that you ask me that don't matter for you because you're not doing the low-hanging fruit and you're not nailing the basics on a consistent basis. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off there. Thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Like, share, comment. This video isn't about joining our gym. I'd like you to. This video is about helping someone who is just a beginner, who just needs that step in the right direction. Have a lovely night, and I'll talk to you all later. Thank you.